The ancient narrative of Adam and Eve unfolds in a realm of pristine beauty, a story foundational to human understanding. Jehovah, the Creator, provided them with everything imaginable for their happiness, a life free from want or sorrow. Their days were filled with abundant food of every kind, the companionship of gentle creatures, and endless peaceful sunlight. Yet, amidst this perfection, Jehovah established a single, crucial law designed not to restrict, but to protect their freedom and well-being. He declared, "You may freely eat from every tree in the garden, except for the tree of the knowledge of good and bad." The divine warning was clear. The very day you eat from it, you will surely die, a stark consequence for disobedience. This was a profound test, a simple yet powerful measure of their love and unwavering obedience to their Creator. Would they place their trust in Jehovah's wisdom, acknowledging His sovereign right to define what was truly good and bad for them? One fateful day, as Eve found herself alone, a serpent, cunning and deceptive, began to speak to her. This was no mere animal. It was Satan the devil, using the creature as a conduit to sow seeds of doubt and deception. The insidious voice whispered, "You will certainly not die. That is not what will happen." It continued, "God knows that the very day you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and bad." Eve gazed at the fruit, its beauty captivating her, and the prospect of attaining divine knowledge seemed incredibly enticing. Succumbing to the temptation, she took some of the fruit, ate it, and then offered it to Adam. Adam, fully aware of the divine command and the wrongness of the act, also ate from the forbidden fruit. Immediately, the world around them and within them transformed, their innocence shattered. They felt an overwhelming sense of shame, a feeling entirely new to their experience. They desperately tried to conceal their nakedness and hid themselves among the dense trees of the garden. But Jehovah, omniscient and ever-present, saw them and called out, "Where are you?" He knew precisely what they had done, yet he gave them the opportunity to confess. When questioned, Adam, in his shame, blamed Eve, saying, "The woman you gave me, she gave me fruit from the tree." And Eve, in turn, shifted the blame to the serpent, stating, "The serpent deceived me, so I ate." Jehovah then pronounced the painful consequences of their choice, a direct result of their disobedience. Because they had disobeyed, they would now face a life of toil, eventually growing old and succumbing to death. The once fertile ground would become hard and unyielding, filled with thorns and troublesome weeds, making sustenance a struggle. Eve would experience increased pain in childbirth, and her relationship with Adam would be altered. But the most devastating consequence was their expulsion from their beautiful, perfect home. So, Jehovah, in His mercy, made clothes for them, a covering for their shame, before sending them out of Eden. Then, at the garden's entrance, He placed mighty cherubs and a flaming sword, turning continuously to guard the way. This was to prevent them from ever re-entering paradise and accessing the tree of life, ensuring the consequences of their choice. Adam and Eve lost their idyllic paradise because they turned away from Jehovah's loving and wise direction. Their disobedience introduced sin and suffering into the world, a separation from divine unity. This narrative highlights the origin of sin, the loss of innocence, and the human tendency to stray from divine commands. Yet, despite their transgression, Jehovah's profound love for humanity endured. He promised that one day, a deliverer would come, destined to undo the immense harm caused by their initial act of disobedience.